Yo! Welcome back, everybody, to the latest episode of the Airplane Show. Welcome back. My name is Greg. I'm going to be your faithful internet pilot on this here episode. Pretty much the same episode we did last night. I recorded it on the computer, but when I was done, instead of closing Sky Dolly first, I shut the sim down and then I was fucked from there. So I think it's been more than 30 seconds. I can cuss. So yeah, so we're going to redo this again. This same flight from last night. And has anybody first of all, hit like, subscribe, become a member, throw some kicks my way, throw some super chats, do all that good shit. Has anybody been catching up on this Afro Man trial? Has anybody seen this shit? This Afro Man trial is wild as shit. If you guys are not familiar with this Afro Man trial, oh my God, we may catch a few minutes of it tonight. It is awesome. Now, if you're not familiar with Afro Man, he was kind of popular a while back. He had that song, I Wanna Get High, where it's like, I'm gonna pay my child support because I got high. And I know why. Cause I got high. Cause I got high. Cause I got high. All right, let's do Michael Jordan. 23 for Michael Jordan. But yeah, that's kind of I think his claim to fame. Well, these cops, I don't know why they were called to his house. I haven't watched the trial yet, but they were called to his house to do something. And dude, he made so many videos off of these people. Music videos, one called Lemon Pound Cake, which is funny. He's called one of the guys a pedophile, that he wants to fondle the testicles of little boys. Like, it's Afro Man went off on these people. Like, it is funny. And these cops tried to sue him for defamation of character, and it didn't work too well for him. You see that thing? That said Ass Beach. Look at that. That's Ass Beach. That's a pretty cool, that's pretty cool, actually. All right, we can open this door, right? Yep, baggage. That's right, we can put our baggage away. I like how the plane sits down as you put baggage in. And I think we can still check our oil and shit. Let me see here. Oh no, that's for gas. Never mind. Oil's around the corner here. Thought oil was around here. Maybe it might be on the other side. But yeah, we have these, and then we have little water bottles we can get to underneath. Let's check out our blade. The blade we cracked last night. I think that's another gas one over here, unless the oil is in the engine. Maybe they changed it. Maybe the oil's in here now. We can access this. Oh yeah, it's right here, I think. Yeah, here's oil. See, it's got the viscosities. So if you don't have access to the manual, you can look here. It says, you know, SA 50 above 40 degrees. Anyways, all right, let's get say intentions up. Let me get Sky Dolly rolling as well. And then we'll get out of here. Does that say as Embraer too? Hang on a second. So maybe that's what, is that what Say Intentions is doing now? Or is this a Microsoft thing? It just says as Embraer. So that must be the Phenom, the 300 Phenom. This must be a Beechcraft, which is why it says as Beach. That looked like a DA-40 though. That didn't look like a Beechcraft. To me, that looked like a DA-42 or a DA-40. Hey, what's up? Oh my God, damn! Look who's around. What's up, dude? What's up, Captain? How you doing, my friend? How's life on the private side of things doing for you? Pretty well? All right, let me pull in the flight plan real quick. Oh yeah, I got to get Sky Dolly set up. Hang on one second. Oh, where's Sky Dolly at? SKY. Oh man, you got engaged. No shit. Congratulations. It's cool, man. You almost got a sentence for the rest of your life. You got a few more months to back out of it. No, I'm just kidding. Marriage is a good thing, especially if you're marrying the right person. Life on the East Coast is pretty decent, man. It's getting to be good weather outside finally. I think wintertime is done. Yeah, man. The birds are chirping, the insects are going. I had to spray my house with bug spray because I do that every springtime. Yeah, life on the East Coast is pretty good right now. Work's going well. Okay, so there's our route. It's a very simple route. Let's get our airplane pulled up here. We don't really need the checklist, but I do want to make sure that our airplane is fully functional, being that we had to... we had some issues last night. All right, MT propeller. Let's get that. There's less motherfucker. There's less vibrations. Let's inspect. Low voltage, we can fix that. Let's go to electrical and charge the battery. All right, engine, let's inspect all that. What's the weather outside today? 64 degrees, so we can run with 20W50. We'll do fine wire in case we let it idle for a little longer than we should. Engine analyzer, overhaul the engine. All right, electrical systems, that all looks good. All right, let's get our fuel and shit set up. Hang on a second here. Patio beers. Oh yeah, man, I love me some patio beers. I like it when I get off of work and I can barbecue something outside and just sit in the chair and barbecue like with one hand and a beer in the other hand, man. I am all set. I got those motions down really good. Like the flipping while you're sitting. Yeah, we got that motion down pretty good. It takes a minute. You got to practice at it. Not everybody can just do that. You know, you need to have special skills in order to do that kind of stuff. All right, so we got 224 pounds of fuel. So right now we're at 396. Let's get it down. I think it needs to be at 18 gallons if I remember correct from last night. 252, 240, 228. All right, that's close enough. And then for peoples, I think as long as we are under 2591, that'll work. So let's just fill our peoples up. Total, oh wow, that's really high. Let's reduce our baggage. There we go. So we're at 2750. That's still kind of high. Let's cut some of these giraffes' weight down. These are some heavy giraffes. Hang on a second here. Oh, we don't want a giraffe that small. No, 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 no. That'll get you about 30 years in prison right there. You can't do that. That's gross. You don't want a giraffe that small. All right, we got 26. Let's drop this down to about a 105. I think 5.6, 105. That's pretty good. You don't want to be dating a chick that looks like a linebacker for the Bears. You know what I mean? Like, that's bad news right there. Even though that one song from many years ago is kind of true. Where it's that song where if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, make an ugly woman your wife. There is some truth to that. All right, that's close enough. Controls, let's get rid of the chocks, the tie downs. All right, I do want to make sure our CDI is lined up here. This is usually not lined up properly to begin with. Yeah, see, we're pointing at 70, 80, so around 286. Let's get you pointing about 286-ish. All right, that looks good. What's our pressure right now? 2965. FS weekend. Oh yeah. I saw some of the stuff from this weekend. Some of the stuff from Navigraph is really cool looking. I know they're doing one thing where it's like a beam that goes down from the runway. So now, like when you're looking at Navigraph, the runway will be like the whole map almost. That was pretty cool. I like some of the stuff that Inabuilds is doing. That new TriStar looks all right. Yeah, there was some cool shit. I haven't really dug too deep into it yet. You know, as far as like like as far as a lot of the videos, but yeah, man, it looks there's some good stuff on the horizon. That's for sure. It's an exciting time to be flying in simulators, I think. You know, there's a lot of good stuff coming out there. Yeah, but some of that Navigraph stuff, I like. There's a new Raphael coming out soon. I like the fact that Bluebird, the 757 from Bluebird may come out this year, it looks like. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right, let's get this thing turned on. We don't really need the checklist. We just used it last night. Let's master switch. Let's turn on one of our fuel tanks. Let's turn on the fuel pump, make sure we're getting fuel. Make sure all the sound is working. All right, FS. Okay, and let's turn on say intentions, and FS reel is on. Okay, so we can turn the fuel pump off. Mixture full, prop full. Let's crack the throttle. Let's give our old primer a pump or three. We should have checked the circuit breakers to see if they were all in. Those are in, and those are all. Yeah, those are all okay. Beacon on. I like that. You can hear the beacon. That's dope as hell. All right, let's magnetos on. Start. You're a flight consultant for Bluebird? No shit. Oh shit. Brakes, bitch. Woo, well the brakes work. We don't have to worry about that check. That's cool. If you are you so you're saying you're a flight consultant? Is it for Bluebird? So I know you did PMDG before in the past, unless that's a secret we're not supposed to talk about. All right, let's put on all of our avionics, and we'll contact the tower, get our ATIS. Fed up with PMDG. I can maybe understand it. Their stuff's been kind of mid lately. I didn't really like the launch they had for what's it called, for the 737 on Microsoft 2024. Like I don't know, I can kind of understand it, but that's cool, man. Bluebird's a really good company from what I understand. All right, refuel 60. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. All right, let's get ATIS. Yeah, exactly. All right, let's turn off both comms because that's annoying. And let's see here. Say intentions. All right, ATIS is 126.9.
Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 19er. Dew point 14. Altimeter 299er 8. Density altitude 900p. Watch for birds near the de-icing pad today. Advise on initial contact you have information echo. Montgomery-Gibbs Executive Airport, information echo. 00.
All right, 725.
Arriving.
Montgomery-Gibbs clearance. Piper 88991 Papa requesting IFR clearance to Catalina. We have information echo. You know, do I have live weather turned on? I hope I do.
Stand by, you're number 1.
Thanks, bitch. Appreciate it. Oh no, it's not live weather on. Why do we have situational weather on? What the fuck is this? Boy, this Aerosoft plane is...
Radar vectors mission base Sandy, then is filed. Climb and maintain 4,000. Expect 5,010 minutes after departure. 6 squawk 1754, expect runway 23.
Runway 23. Cleared radar vectors, the MZB, then is followed. Climb maintain 4,000, expect 5,000. 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 119er.6, squawk 1754, and copy that on runway 23. Piper 901 Papa. All right, let's get you shut up here.
Piper 901 Papa, reading back correct, contact ground on 118.225 when ready.
1754. I came close to flying that new fucker tonight, but I wanted to do this over again. I still didn't start Sky Dolly yet. I'm such a moron. Hang on a second. I opened it, the same thing I did the other day. I opened it up and I just forgot to start it. Last night, I did the same thing I've been doing lately with Sky Dolly, where it's still recording while I shut the simulator down, and then like my recording goes away, which is why I'm doing this flight now, again, because I forgot to end it. All right, let's get our clearance. Well, should I do our run up first? Yeah, let's do our run up first. So running up this, you have to put it up to 2,000 RPMs. Let me put the brakes on as well. All right, let's see here. Ampage looks good. Everything's in the green there. Suction looks good. All right, let's drop one of the magnetos out. All right, that's sufficient. No further drop. All right, let's exercise the prop 3 times. And then after we do it the 3rd time here, we're going to drop the RPMs down to 1,800. Okay, let's drop this. Let's lean the fuel a little bit too. We got to make sure we're in the green the whole time here. Hang on a second here. Where is this one here? Yeah, we got to make sure these are in the green, or yellow, or a little orange if possible, but no red. Red is bad news bears. You're looking to blow up some shit if you leave that in the red. All right, let's get this to 1,800. There we go, that's close enough. Let's contact the ground. Montgomery-Gibbs ground, Piper 901 Papa requesting taxi clearance to runway 23.
Piper 901 Papa, runway 23 taxi via Juliet, Hotel Charlie. Hold short of runway 28 left, then Charlie. Hold short of runway 28 right, then Charlie.
I'll read that back here. Give me a second here. Taxi to runway 23 via Juliet Hotel Charlie. Hold short of runway 28 left, then Charlie. Hold short runway 28 right, then Charlie. Piper 901 Papa. Okay. Nav 1 is right here. All right, and we need to be on a, what kind of heading do we need to be on here for this? 234. All right, after that one, we are going to ocean. Let me set that on number 2 here. So that's going to be 115.3. But you know, I can actually just set it here, 115.3. All right, let's taxi. Oh, you know what? Let me check our trim. Make sure our trim is neutral. No shit. It should be neutral. That's how we left it. All right, good enough. Let's roll. Park and brake should be off. Looks like we need to spin around a little bit. Let's go off-roading for a second. Yeah, I think that's the Embraer Phenom right there. I think that's why it says as Embraer up on the side of it. Somebody's getting lazy with the tail numbers. Does that say as Embraer still? It sure does. That's funny. Cylinder heads are a little cold, it looks like. They'll heat up.
Piper 901 Papa. Cross runway 28 left. Then continue taxi via Charlie. Hold short of runway 28 right. Then Charlie.
Approaching runway 28 left.
Runway 23. I don't think we left on that one last night. We did 28 right, I think. All right, that works. Let me keep Pocket Sky open. New app from Say Intentions, where you can look at it on your tablet. I got him right.
Approaching runway 28 left.
Let's put our strobe light on. Am I able to cross? Holding short, runway 28 left, ready to cross runway Piper 901 Papa. Okay. You'll hear it in a second, probably. But they told me to cross runway 28 left, then continue taxi via Charlie, hold short of 28 right, then Charlie.
Approaching runway 28 left.
Where did the... Hang on, let me just look at one thing real quick. Where did they have us going? Oh, you fuck. It's still... Okay, never mind. We can zoom in. Where is runway 23? Oh, I see where they're having us go. Okay. Requesting permission to cross runway 28 right, Piper 901 Papa.
Piper 901 Papa. Cross runway 28 right. Then continue taxi via Charlie to runway 23.
This is such a great airplane. I think if I stream tomorrow night I may just work on videos like I've been doing, where I put out a few videos a week and highlights and shit like that. But if I do fly tomorrow night, I'm gonna fly that new Fokker. Now that we got the frame rate and shit handled again. Had to do a lot of work with 3 different AI bots trying to get this frame rate fixed with using Auto FPS, man. I was having terrible issues with the iFly. Copy that. Contact tower on 119er.2. You have a great day. Piper 901 Papa. Yeah, we got it fixed though, but I was trying to run it at like 100 frames a second at LAX, which is like near impossible to do with that airplane. I was able to get it close to 50 frames a second, which is not bad. Supposedly, even if I had like a 5090, like a GTX, a GeForce 5090, supposedly that still wouldn't fix the issue I was having. God damn, we're going fast. Montgomery-Gibbs Tower, Piper 901 Papa, ready for departure. Holding short runway 28 right. I was having...
8891 Papa, Montgomery Tower, runway 23, winds 250 at 6. Fly runway heading, cleared for takeoff.
I was having some major frame rate issues when I was flying the iFly 737 MAX the other day. And then I was having issues as well with the
Approaching
the Fokker as well, but
3.
yeah, I changed a few things. I changed a few settings behind the scenes that I don't remember if it was Copilot, ChatGPT, or Grok. One of those three had me change some things, and yeah, I mean it was good. Like now we're running pretty good now.
Runway 23 remaining.
All right,
2,900 feet.
pretty cool. All right, mixture all the way in, but we're good now though. I got it fixed. Oh yeah, because I love using GPU-Z and Auto FPS and... All right, airspeed is alive. 80 knots. Rotate. Yeah, Auto FPS. Oh yeah, I hear you. I still can't fly it. I still use it on every airplane. All right, landing gear up. Let's fly runway heading. Once we get over 1,000 feet, we can take the fuel pump and turn that off. All right, let's drop our prop to about 2,400. A max of 24 on manifold pressure. Let's raise our trim a little bit. Put our flaps up. All right, fuel pump off. Altitude reporting on. We're 3.5 miles out. Let's put on the autopilot master.
Piper 901 Papa, contact departure on 119.6.
Contact departure on 119.6. Piper 901 Papa. All right, let's slow our climb just a little bit. Well, actually, we're okay. Where did we just take off from? What the? Oh yeah, Montgomery-Gibbs. Montgomery departure, Piper 901 Papa, currently climbing through 2,000 feet for flight level 050.
Piper 8891 Papa, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 5,000, turn right, heading 245, vector to Mission Bay, Sandy, then on course.
Copy that, turn 245 vectors to Mission Bay, Venice Fog, climb, maintain 5,000 feet. Piper 901 Papa. All right, after this we have to go on a 330 heading. So let's actually start turning towards, well, we're 100. We can wait just a second longer. We'll turn here in a minute. Wait till we're about a mile out. I thought I read somebody is coming out with a new A380. I forget who I read about that recently, but I read somebody's coming out with one. Not the fly-by-wire one, but a different one. Come on, stop following me, bitch. There we go, we have 330. So let's plug you in. Let's plug in 330. Turn our landing lights off. I agree. Same with the A380 they had. I mean, the A320 they had. That the fly-by-wire is great. That A380 is something special, man. Yeah, especially for free. I mean, that's part of the reason why I like that level up on X-Plane. That level up 737 is amazing for free. And it sounds great. Like, to me, it sounds better than the 737 that comes with the simulator. Well, both simulators, 2024, 2020, and X-Plane, Uncle X-Plane. All right, we're gonna level off here in a moment. Yeah, yeah. I can't believe it's got Zebo sounds. Like it's legit. That one is a legit airplane for sure. All right, we are almost at 5,000 feet. We'll go into nav mode here in a moment. As soon as we get a little closer. Yeah, like I'm starting to get real picky about the airplanes I buy. I used to buy just everything. I still kind of do, but I am disappointed in some of these companies. Like, I'm really disappointed in that A340 from Inabuilds. I am really shocked that some of the buttons you can't operate in that thing. Yeah, that thing was kind of disappointing. May have to just play Sky Dolly. The new one, yeah, the new one. Yeah, I bought it last week. It's not bad. I just don't think it's a $60 or $70 airplane. Like, I don't know. Ooh, we are at altitude. Let's hit altitude hold. Let's wait for our trim to tell us what to do. Because it's going to start beeping at us here in a moment, probably. Oh shit, let's put on nav. All right, trim down. Come on, trim. All right, let's lean our fuel out a bit. So let's reduce our prop a bit. Let's reduce our mixture. Oh yeah, yeah. No, I've been keeping up on the Bluebird one. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That one to me is probably going to be equal to what flight factor looks like. All right, rich of peak. Let's get this going here. And let's get out our engine analyzer so we can also help keep this in the green. We should be between 0 and 50 once we get the leanest. There we go, there's leanest. Let's get between 0 and 50. Let me try adding a little more prop. Nope, wrong way. Let's give it a little more fuel. All right, temperature is okay now. I just want to get us into green again. Or yellowish.
November 702, contact Los Angeles Center on 134.575.
134.575E, November 702.
right, there we go. Green, yellow is good for me. We are leaned out. All right, our next waypoint after Ocean is our last waypoint, which is SCX. That one is Santa Clara. That's 114.15. Excellent. Yeah, Bluebird, I am definitely on the Bluebird bandwagon right now. Bluebird, A2A simulations, Black Square. Black Square, they need the... I didn't buy the Caravan. I have 3 of their airplanes already, 3 or 4 of Black Squares, and they're all the same. Very in-depth, very systems heavy, which is good if you're, you know, but I didn't want to buy enough, like, all they do is propeller planes. Like, I want to see them do something a little different. I don't care if it's a helicopter or a Cessna something. Yeah, I saw that. That was from some company I never heard of before. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that's coming out. I think Inabuilds has an A380 coming out. I thought PMDG had another Boeing coming out, if I can remember right. Maybe I'll pull up some shit from the FS weekend. Well, you know, I could. No, I'm not going to do it tonight. It's a really short flight. We're going to be turning in a few minutes. All right, let's check our people and see if they're cold or hot. Oh, they're cold. We need to warm them up. All right, cylinder head is okay. Fuel pressure's okay. Oil pressure's okay.
Piper 901 Papa, expect the VR Alpha runway 22 approach into Catalina. Descent coming up in about 20 minutes.
Roger that, descent in about 20 minutes. Piper 901 Papa. The fuel is still doing good. And engine analyzer is doing its thing. Electrical looks good. Bumpy out here today. Yeah, that's it. Vector. Thanks, dude. Yeah. I know. I was reading about it yesterday. It looks pretty dope. I don't recall a lot of what I watched about the FS weekend. I saw a little bit of everything. I'll have to spend some more time. I just haven't had time to really look at it. So I'll have to spend some time, maybe tonight or tomorrow after work. Tomorrow, if I'm not flying, if I'm just editing videos, I'll have a chance to kind of watch it. But there's a lot of good stuff coming out. Some of the best stuff I saw was coming from Navigraph. I'm really excited for some of the stuff they're doing. I really like the idea of having that beam drawn from runways now. I could have used that last night when I was looking at Navigraph trying to line up the runway to land. If I had that long beam coming out from the runway, I would have been able to line up 5 or 10 miles out. All right, they weren't talking to us just now. You can do that in the FMS. I forgot what we were just talking about. What can you do in the Boeing and the Airbus for situational awareness? I don't remember what we were talking about. What were we just talking about, dude? Oh, yes. No, yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I know you can do that from the fix section when you're putting in a fix. But, and you can do it on like the Garmin Glass cockpit too. Like in like the Cirrus Vision Jet, like the Garmin G3000 and the G1000. But Navigraph is going to have it now. So if you're looking at Navigraph, they'll have it. So like, I don't believe it's out yet. I hate opening up Navigraph while I'm flying. It usually messes with the performance a bit.
JetBlue 588, contact Los Angeles Center on 132.85.
But yeah, like here tonight, moving forward, they're going to have this line. I don't know how long it's going to be. They'll have an option for it, but I think that's a pretty cool feature. Not that, you know, you need it that often, but every once in a while I think that thing would come in handy. All right, there's Oceanside. Let's switch into heading mode. What is our... do we have our wind? So right now we are flying into it. So if we turn 90 degrees, that wind is going to be pushing on our port side, so that means we're going to have to go more into the wind. Okay. Oh yeah, you wouldn't know. You've never tried it in the simulator, dude? Come on, man. You got to fly more stuff than just Boeing and Airbus, dude. Broaden your horizons. No, I hear you. No, yeah, you can. You should be able to do it in the G1000. I think you push the CDI indicator, or I forget. I think there is a button to push for that. Okay, we are going to be going on a heading of. Let's see here, 268. Oh shit! Let's go into heading mode first before I do that. There we go. All right, 268. Close enough. Still currently, oh wow, they got a pressure of 3,000 right now. What the fuck, man? Let me see what this tablet says here. So that says 2965. Let's see what it says here. What? How can you not have the weather here? What a broken ass tablet this is. Golly, it's so bumpy. All right, let's see here. Yeah, this says 3,000 also. That's very interesting. I wonder if it's 3,000 or 2965. All right, well, whatever. Let me... trying to think if there's anything else I can look at. Okay, well, right now we are going about 150 some knots, so we're going to need about 1.5 miles to turn, roughly. I don't know what our ground speed is, but I don't think it shows our ground speed here. So we'll just use 1.5 miles as a rough gauge. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. I thought it was 3,000. Appreciate it. All right, let me change our pressure to 3,000. And I could have yeah, that changes it quite a bit. All right, there's Catalina all the way out there. So we have okay, it won't give us our distance. All right, whatever. That's okay, we don't need it. We'll just stay in heading mode. We'll descend when they want us to descend, but I do know we need to be at 2,300 feet, about 5 miles out from the runway. I had to do a go around on this one last night. This one threw me for a loop. This one, this is a pretty challenging landing, actually, I think. It's very deceiving. If we're coming in on runway 22, it's very deceiving when you're coming into it. Like, it looks like it's lower than it really is. It's weird. It's like on a mountain side. Yeah, I'm sure. Hey, dude, I've been practicing. My landings have been quite better lately. If you go back through my history of videos and just go to the landings, a lot of them are under 300. I've been getting center line pretty good. On small airplanes, I have trouble with the center line. Big airplanes, I seem to nail it a lot. I'm trying to make sure I use the rudder to turn the nose more into the wind, like on smaller airplanes, but big airplanes I've been pretty good lately with center lines. These small airplanes, man, they just they still throw me a little bit. I'm sure they'll throw me for many more hundreds of hours. I've lost more weight, man. I'm getting closer to my ideal weight so I can try to get my pilot's license. That's the next step in my life. Once I get down to my goal weight, we gonna get our pilot's license. Start flying shit for real. For real. Yeah, thank you. It's tough, man. It's tough sometimes just eating basic food, man. I want to get down to 200 is my goal. So I was about 200 before COVID. I got up to almost 330 pounds, actually. Like last September, I think, was my heaviest. So I'm down to like 275 now. Still not vaping. I haven't vaped in over a year. Yeah, it's I don't really miss the vaping either, which is weird. I really thought, thank you. Yeah, I really thought that was going to be tough to do, like after a while, but nah, man. I think sometimes in life you just get to a certain point.
Los Angeles Center on 132.85. 132.85 for South.
Sometimes you just get fed up and with certain things, and you just never look at it again. That's how I am with vaping. Like, it doesn't even look good to me anymore. All right, let's check out. Engines are okay. Fuel is okay. We have a 12. Oh, it's on our starboard side. All right, let's angle a little bit in then. So we have a 90-degree wind, which means, let me see if I can remember this lesson right. We have a 90-degree wind. That means we need to go about 12 degrees into the wind. If it was a 45-degree wind, you would take 3/4 of it. If it's 30 degrees, it's half. I'll have to look at that FS interceptor again. I think that's it. They don't make a PDF manual like they do for the 0 to Hero course, where you can actually go back and reread the stuff. This one I'll have to go back and watch my video. I think that's what they said. If the wind is coming in at a 90-degree angle, then you take the full value of the knots. So it's 12 knots. If it's coming in at a 45-degree angle, it's 3/4. 30 degrees, half of the wind speed would be how much you have to angle into it. I would think they're going to have us descending here pretty soon. Or at least start getting us ready. Yeah, losing weight hasn't really been that hard. I mean, I'm still eating. I really haven't changed the foods that I like. I just cut out all the bullshit. Like, no more Doritos, no cookies, no fast food, no processed food, really. I've just been eating. Really, I just eat home-cooked meals. A lot of chicken, a lot of fish, a lot of vegetables. No pasta, which is crazy. I can't believe I haven't had pasta in like 8 months. I haven't had pizza since September. That's fucking even more crazy. I used to eat pizza like 2 or 3 days a week. Yeah, liquid is definitely the killer. It's so easy to drink 500 to 1,000 calories a day. You know, you drink a bottle of orange juice in the morning, maybe you have some milk with breakfast. You know, you drink a soda, a couple of beers. Why do I think I see something flashing off the side? Is that? No, that's not anything. Yeah, that new Fokker F-27 is a really fun little airplane to fly. If anybody likes like an ATR style airplane, that's definitely a good one. I thought somebody was making a Dash 8 400. Let me look this up. I could have sworn I saw somebody making that for Microsoft. That one, I really want somebody to make a really good Dash 8. The TriStar is supposed to be out sometime this week, supposedly. I don't know if they're going to release it on the marketplace or on their website, but I thought that's what they said. It's coming out sometime this week. All right, Dash 8 Q400. Microsoft Flight Simulator. No, not this one. Majestic Software. No, I think that's a bit... No, maybe they're not making it. Yeah, because the Dash 8 they have out now is not very good. Is this the right one? Majestic Software? No, that's a different one. What is this one here? Oh, that's Microsoft Flight Simulator X. Never mind, that's real old. Yeah, maybe they aren't making one. Oh, here's Virtual Coal. Oh, never mind, that's a Dash 8 100. I will never buy anything from Virtual Coal ever again. To me, that's like a level below Captain Scam. Yeah, Captain Sim is no good. Virtual Coal, I bought those Embraer jets like 2 years ago. I thought they were the X-Craft ones. When I bought it, I was so excited. And then I got into the cockpit, and I was like, what the hell is this? This doesn't look like an Embraer, and it was... I realized at that point I made a mistake. Contact SoCal Approach 127.3, Piper 901 Papa. SoCal Approach, Piper 901 Papa, currently cruising flight level 050.
Piper 8891 Papa, SoCal Approach, good morning, Oceanside, altimeter 3000.
That's the first time I've ever seen them accurate with the barometric pressure. I've never seen say intentions be on point. Usually they are way high or way low. Like they are never on point. That's scary. Because if they fix that, that's a big thing. I don't know if they're going to have us go around the island or start turning here pretty soon. They're probably going to have us start turning to the right here pretty soon. Yeah, this Pocket Sky or Sky Pocket app is great.
259, contact Los Angeles Center on 132.85.
And the checklist tuner is really good that they have on Say Intentions. I like that you can have automated switches in a lot of the airplanes. I got it set up on the PMDG 737. I got it to where I can have the co-pilot turn the engines on. The co-pilot can activate the lights. Like, it's pretty dope. Just saying, hey, Chuck, fire up engine number 2. And he's like, firing up engine number 2. Throws it right on. It's quite a bit of work to get that kind of shit programmed. You have to have the list of variables and then take the time to type it in. I've never really been one to do that call and response checklist. I guess if I was more of like a real world kind of simmer where I just try to do everything like real world, but to me, a lot of times those checklists, they just take so long to go through. And to me, a lot of times it's not worth it because there's nothing that'll go wrong with the airplane. Like most of the airplanes outside of a few companies, you don't have issues. Like you can run it as hard as you want and it'll never blow up. Like Innobuilds.
Southwest 560, contact Los Angeles Center on 132.85.
And let's turn a little bit more into the wind. I kind of want to have Chad take over the comms, but we'll see. I'll continue to call in response unless it becomes too much with turning. I think we'll be okay though. It's not like it's very hard to push a button and talk to him. All right, we are south of our mark. Yeah, it's a very exciting time to be in the world of flight simming. A lot of good stuff out there. A lot of good companies starting to come out. There's more choices now. Microsoft Simulator seems to be coming around on some of their things. Like I was able to rent the new Learjet from FlySimware. That to me, do not buy it again. If you already have it on 2020, like I do, I don't see a point in buying the new one. It doesn't sound any better. Like it doesn't look any better to me. That's $45. Like I can't believe they're charging $45 to upgrade that airplane. Yeah, I rented it and it sounded great, and I'm like, but it's the exact same thing. Yeah, it is too bad. I agree. It's a great little airplane, but I'm happy I was able to rent it instead of buying it, because I was waiting for that to come out on native 2024. I waited so long, and I downloaded it and I was so excited, and then that excitement went away pretty quick. Like I was like, oh fuck, this is not good. This is not. It's not worth $45. I'm okay if the upgrade's like 15 or 20 bucks, but don't make me buy the whole airplane over again. That's so dumb. Especially if it doesn't seem like you put in a lot of work. You know, I'm sure it was some amount of work to patch it over for 2024. Like I'm sure there was stuff they had to do, but yeah, it's disappointing. I hear you. Yeah. FSX is good. I think Steam has it for free now, or they had it for free, or you can download it for free. But yeah, those flight lessons were awesome. I was watching somebody on YouTube the other day playing FSX, and I'm like, man, he was flying a, was it an A330? I forget what I think it might have been an A330 he was flying. I mean, yeah, the graphics are wonky, but they were great 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I tried doing the Navigraph flight lessons. Those are a waste of time, I think. Forever ago. Yeah, you don't hear Rod Machado too often anymore. Oh wow, it's only $5 now? Really? I might have to buy it then. Last time I think it was free last time I looked on Steam, but shit, if it's $5, I would get that. I would still most of the time prefer to play 2020 over this. If it just didn't take so long to get into the game, man. That thing takes forever to load. I don't care what kind of system you're using. It always takes forever to load into 2020. Yeah, so I think it is free now. I'll have to check it out here. If we weren't so close to landing, I would check it out now. I can just ask, hey Siri, is FSX free on Steam? Yeah, the game is free on Steam at the moment.
Piper 901 Papa, when you're ready, descend and maintain 3500 feet, altimeter 3000.
Descend to maintain 3,500 feet. The Piper 901 Papa. All right, disengage that. Let's pitch down a little bit.
Piper 901 Papa, turn right heading 335 vectors for the visual runway 22 approach.
Turn right heading 335 vectors for the visual approach. Piper 901 Papa. Yeah, I know. I could have everything on like super ultra. That would be nice actually to have like 100 frames a second and be able to have ultra everything. I tell you, this system I have here can run ultra on a lot of the places around the world. The only time I really have issues with my system is if it's like the other day when I was flying the iFly 737 Max and we were at Los Angeles Airport. Then I was at like 20 frames a second. I was able to get that closer to 40 or 50 after tweaking some of the features with Auto FPS and some of the stuff behind the scenes. But yeah, that was a big thing for me with Microsoft 2020 was no matter what system I would use. No, I turned frame generation off. That was one of the things they had me turn off was frame generation, and they also had me turn off a couple of things in the settings of the actual computer itself. That is true. That is true. I shouldn't just disregard checklists. Maybe that's just me being lazy. You know, us Americans, sometimes we can get kind of lazy. All right, we're almost at 3,500 feet. We're still in the green there. That's good. All right, altitude engage. It might come back and bite me. Yeah, I just sometimes, like I said earlier, I just if there's no faults that are going to happen, or if, like, you're not in jeopardy of blowing out the engine, sometimes I just kind of just run right through it. That's very true. Yeah. Yeah, checklists don't lie. You know what else doesn't lie? Shakira's hips. Them motherfuckers don't lie at all. Shakira's supposed to be going on a new, I hope I'm free from faults. Not a lot of airplanes that are out there other than, you know, some of the study level ones. Like I'm talking about like Inabuilds and some of like the base planes that come with the simulator. It'd be nice if they had faults or stuff like that. But yeah, checklists are good.
Piper 901 Papa, turn right heading 345.
Oh shit, turn right heading 345. Turn right heading 345, Piper 901 Papa. All right, we can lean our fuel a little bit again. I guess it's not really fair for me just to disregard checklists. I do use them pretty much every time I fly. I use a checklist. The one from Say Intentions where you do the call and response, that one, I don't know if I see the value necessarily, but I do like using checklists. I do use them on a lot of airplanes. Nothing like those black square checklists though, man. Those things are like reading novels. Man, you're lucky you were able to take off at all with one mag on. That's funny. And that was even using the checklist. Yeah, it happens to us. It happens to everybody. I landed a Concorde without the wheels down. I forgot to put the landing gear down. It happens. All right, we should be getting kind of close to where we need to turn. Yeah, wheels down. Mine are no big deal. Who needs wheels on a Concorde? I was wondering why. Like, I was like, man, we should have like hit wheels down already. Why are we not like touching wheels? And then next thing I know, like I'm eye level with the with the runway, and I'm like, oh yeah, we didn't put our wheels down. All right, let me turn off moving maps. All right, let's see if they vector us. We should be making our turn here pretty soon. I think once I turn, we're going to start flying manually. It's my trim at right now. Trim
Piper
is
901 Papa, 6 miles from the approach turn. Turn left heading 265. Cleared for the visual runway 22 approach.
turn left heading 265, cleared for the visual 22 approach. Piper 901 Papa. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure there's funny stories. Everybody's got a story at some point where they goofed, where they screwed up. I don't care if you're a real world pilot or just a fake pilot like me. Every once in a while, something's going to happen and you forget something. It just happens. It's part of life. That's why there's a co-pilot, usually. And checklists and things like that. Yeah, absolutely.
Piper 901 Papa, Catalina Airport at your 1 o'clock Eliza, 11 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved. Report cancellation of IFR or missed approach this frequency. So long.
All right, advisory frequency again. Hang on, let me pull it up. I had to find this last night. All right, advisory, I wanted to say is 122.7. Okay, let's go back. All right, advisory frequency is on. Let's start descending a little bit. Our landing lights on. About 5 miles out. I'd like to be about 2,300 feet. One thing I've really enjoyed in Microsoft 2024 lately has been the FS Academy Interceptor. Those new classes that they have out, man, those things are so good. So good. I've learned so much stuff about like general aviation flying just from those lessons. It's awesome. The one thing I wish that they had, and I think I've said this a couple times, I wish that they had PDFs available like they do for Zero to Hero, where you can like read up on it afterwards, almost like a study manual. All right, let's I think we're pretty close to being lined up. At least that's what it looks like on Navigraph here. Well, you know, I can put it up here actually too. All right, let's start getting down. All right, wheels down, flaps down. Now we're in the white band, very good. Come on, frame rate. All right, we're good now. That was weird.
Approaching runway 22.
Oh, we need to put our fuel pump on. Might have to go around. We're a little high. It is a bit fast, I agree. Yeah. I'm trying to slow down. We should be around 90 knots on touchdown, so. All right, one more flap. Whoa. Now we're gonna go around. I didn't like that. Takes a little practice sometimes. Piper 901 Papa requesting vectors for go around. Piper 901 Papa requesting vectors for go around. Fly heading 040, Piper 901 Papa. Yeah, I think that's about right. On the checklist, it says we need to be around 85 to 90 knots. So yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah, this took me a couple of times last night to really get.
Papa, radar contact over Catalina Airport at 2900 feet. Avalon altimeter 3000. Turn left heading 110. Vectors to Mission Bay. Sandai, then on course.
Turn left heading 110 vectors. Piper 901 Papa. I don't mind flying this airplane for a little bit longer. I don't need an excuse to fly this thing a little bit longer. That's for sure. I may wind up canceling, say, intentions and just doing it myself, but we'll leave our landing lights on for now. All right, autopilot back on. All right, heading mode is on. We'll level off here at 4,000. Come on, trim. There we go. Yeah, nothing wrong. I'd rather go around than break the axle or run off the runway, which I think would have happened if I would have landed. Man, I hope they don't have us go all the way back to Mission Bay. That's a nice pool right there, man. But imagine being in that infinity pool right there. That'd be awesome. Catalina Casino. That must be where they hold the wine mixer. Yep. That must be where Boats and Hose is. What was the name of their... Not Wild Stallions. That was from Bill and Ted. What was the name of the band from Step Brothers? What do they call themselves? Hey Siri, what was the band they called themselves at the end of Step Brothers? No, the Step Brothers movie, Siri. Alright, they're no help. Alright, thanks Siri. Thanks for nothing. Alright, let's reduce our speed a bit. Yeah, let's make sure our engines are okay. Lean our fuel out a little bit. There we go. Alright, hopefully they don't vector us. If they have us go too much farther down the line, I'm just going to turn say intentions off. That's one thing I've never really had success with, was them vectoring as a go-around. They tend to kind of get confused. Oh man, did I disconnect them? Hang on a second, I might have actually hung up on them. Oh no, I still got them up. Okay. Why is this not showing anything? That's weird. Oh, here we go, COM 1 and 2. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we might turn them off here in a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off say intentions. Well, actually, let me see if they'll do this. SoCal approach, Piper 901 Papa requesting vectors for runway 22.
Piper 901 Papa, contact San Clemente approach on 127.05.
Contact San Clemente approach on 127.05, Piper 901 Papa. San Clemente approach, good morning. Piper 901 Papa requesting vectors for runway 22. San Clemente, did you copy that last transmission? Piper 901 Papa.
Piper 8891 Papa, San Clemente approach. Good morning, Catalina, altimeter 3000.
Are you going to vector me or what? Currently cruising flight level 040. Will you vector us to Catalina, please? Piper 901 Papa. Let's see what they do.
Piper 901 Papa, turn left, heading 350 vectors for the visual runway 22 approach. Piper 901 Papa, descend and maintain 4000, turn left, heading 345 vectors for the visual runway 22 approach.
Descend, maintain 4000, turn left heading 345 vectors for the visual runway 22 approach. Piper 901 Papa. And we're already at 4000, so that's okay. Part of, for me, what makes this tough to land is that there's no lights. No lights anywhere. Like, can you put one light so I can see it like 5 miles out? Just one light, that's all I'm asking for. Man, I miss chase plane. Come on, Chase Plane, come out with the update already. Not bad. Couple good camera angles there. All right, let me just double check our, since we were talking about checklists, let's take a look. So landing, gear, flaps, airspeed 90, flaps up. Oh, that's after landing. All right, approach. Autopilot off, fuel pump on, mixture rich, prop full forward, carb heat, airspeed 120. Okay, gear. All right, dump check. And then we have 90, but here it says, oh, they're pretty hot, our people, man. They got a sun next to them. All right, let's turn that down. Contact SoCal approach on 121.3, Piper 901 Papa. SoCal approach, good morning, Piper 901 Papa, currently at 4,000 feet. Waiting for clearance for runway 22 approach into Catalina. All right, so final 8590.
Piper 8891.
Oh, we can go all the way down.
Good morning, Catalina, altimeter 3000.
We can go all the way down to 64, really? 64 miles an hour. No shit. I mean, that's stall speed. I don't want to do that, but that's interesting. All right, well, let's slow down a little bit then. Let me put this on so I can keep track of our engines as well. All right, oh, we still got some work to do. We can speed back up again a little bit.
Piper 901 Papa, turn right, heading 345.
Okay. We're currently on 345, Piper 901 Papa. Can you not see me? Can you not see me, tower? Hello, tower. I think that would work in real life if you were flying an airplane. Just try to wave at the ATC. What kind of image? Yeah, gear down, undercarriage, make sure gear's down. Put it down, seriously, bro, put the... That's funny. Copy that, maintain 4,000 feet, Piper 901 Papa. I forget what GUMP really stands for. I think it's gear, undercarriage, mixture, and something else. So they taught us that in one of those lessons I did. I forget what it means now. It's been a while since I've done that lesson. Good old GUMP. That's funny. Seriously, bro, put the fucking gear down. It's enough playing around already. That's it, pumps and seatbelt, that's right. Dude, that's crazy that, I think it was Scalebait that hit me up on Discord the other day. I had no idea about that Canada Air, that Jazz Canada flight, man. That is crazy how the front of that thing was ripped off the airplane, man. I don't know how that kind of, I mean, I guess I could understand how that kind of accident could happen. You know, if the ATC maybe gave the wrong instruction to either the airplane or it was totally avoidable. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know why that fire truck was heading. I mean, he was heading to another airplane that had an odor problem, but like, yeah, that kind of thing is avoidable. There was almost another accident at Reagan earlier this year, but because of what happened a year or two ago with that CRJ, they changed up something on the Potomac, and thankfully there was an accident that was avoided. But yeah, that was totally avoidable what happened with that. Those two pilots probably didn't even feel a thing. They saw it coming, nothing they could do. It's just, that's got to be a crazy feeling. God, hopefully I never know a feeling like that. But that's like every person's worst nightmare, getting into an airplane, is that there's a crash. My worst fear has always been on...
Papa, 6 miles from the approach turn left heading 275, maintain 4,000 feet until established, cleared for the visual runway 22 approach.
Copy that, turn left heading 275, maintain 4,000 until established on 22 approach. Piper 901 Papa. My biggest fear with flying has always been on takeoff. It just never, to me, it seemed like we go fast enough. I understand it now that I've been doing this for a while now. I understand why there's a difference in engine sound from when you first take off to when you start climbing, but it just never feels like you're going fast enough. That was always the biggest thing for me, was takeoff. I was always so scared on takeoff.
Piper 901 Papa, Catalina Airport at your 12 o'clock Lizer, 10 miles. Change to advisory frequency approved. Report cancellation of IFR or missed approach this frequency. So long.
So long, SoCal approach. Thanks for your help. Piper 901 Papa. All right, so I think, did we say that was 127.2, I think? All right, we're gonna land it this time. I got a good feeling. Yeah, 122.7. There we go. All right, let me get Navigraph back up. We're almost at the right speed for flaps and gear. All right, let me grab control. Autopilot off. Okay. We need to get down for real. They should have descended us a little bit. In my opinion, they should have descended us a little bit before they dished us off. Because 5 miles out, we should be about 2,300 feet. We'll just keep it on this 1 to 3 descent here. That is true. If I stall, I'm just going to blame it on the fact that I was looking at chat. Like, oh, it's the chat's fault. I should never look at chat. That's been my, like, a kryptonite thing for me over the years with, well, not years, but since I've been doing this, like, landing, and then I look at the chat and I wind up screwing the landing up, and then I go do a go-around. Hopefully tonight we'll land it this time. I don't really want to do another go-around, to be honest. Oh, where's the horn button? All right, let's just put the gear down. That would probably be part of the sterile cockpit rule. You are right about that, sir. That is very true. All right, we are actually a little low right now. Let me raise up a little bit. Nothing like some good AI 80s music. I don't know if White Bat audio is AI music, actually. I've never really looked into that. I wonder if... I usually play White Bat audio music while I'm flying. I wonder if that's AI or not. I guess if I cared more, I would check it out. I don't really care, to be honest. I'm just kind of curious right now. I should have checked the wind to see which way the wind is going. Let's see here. All right. All right, speed is better. Wow, there was no, what happened to my, the FPS counter? Oh well, maybe they'll get it on the replay. This is the same shit they had last night. Microsoft, they would not have a fucking Airbus. I know, last night they had a bunch of these big ass airplanes. That shit is crazy. Last night they had one like this. They had a CRJ. Yeah, there's another. Well, that might not be a CRJ. That might be a Longitude. Yeah, this. That's what I. You know what? That's what I talked about last night. I forgot about that. I want to go back into Microsoft 2020 this week. Maybe the next time I go live, I'm gonna do aircraft carrier landings with like an Airbus or an A380. I really think that we can land a 747. Or an A380. I really think we can land one of those on an aircraft carrier. What airplane is that? Is that Turkish Airlines? Or is that Japan? What is that over there? I kind of want to go over there and see it. Oh, Sprint Air. What kind of little airplane is that? Oh, you know, that looks like a Saab. That looks like the Saab 340. That could be what that is. All right, well, nobody called to vector us or talk to us on the ground, so we're just going to go park.
Runway 4.
We're just going to park. We'll park next to the Airbus. Is that an Airbus? Yeah, that looks like an A330. Oh, look, it's got a little plane underneath of it. That's cool. Boy, Microsoft is retarded sometimes, that's for sure. All right, that could be a CJ3. Is that a Honda jet right there? No. Helicopter. All right, we're just gonna park right here. Let me, let's see here. So we got parking brake. And then, let's see here. Yeah, it was nice catching up with you guys, man. It was nice chatting with some of you guys, and certainly it was good catching up with you too, Chicago. Have a good night, guys. Alright, flaps up. Strobes off. Heat off. Mixture, we can lean that out. Autopilot master off. Zero this out. Let's turn you off. Turn that off. Let's turn off all of these. Since we have state saving on. Okay, that all looks good. Is there a gear horn button? I don't think there is. Yeah, there's no gear horn button. Okay. All right, let's turn our fuel tanks off. I think that's it. Now we just have to lock her up. Yep, all of that is good. Let's put on our control locks, wheel chocks, tie downs. Excellent. And what time is it? 10:30? Oh, I have some time to... Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, let me grab some screenshots of our takeoff. Let's get Sky Dolly up. I'm going to share my screen on this part. I can get a little bit of screenshots here. I might even just redo just let the whole flight play and just record it from the outside, maybe. All right, display capture. Let's go to Sky. Ooh, I didn't record. Oh shit. Oh, well, that's not good. Damn! Damn! I forgot to record it on Say Intentions. Shit! Alright, then I'm not going to do any... Well, I'll do a couple of replays tonight, I guess. Let me start recording. Maybe we'll do, like, the landing or something like that. Let's get Sky Dolly up. Damn, I can't believe I forgot to push record again. Alright. Now I have to play the whole thing from the beginning. That's an hour and 21 minutes. Yeah, we're not doing the whole thing tonight. Alright, let's go backwards. Come on. I don't really care about the sound. I just want the footage.
Approaching runway.
All right, while we're doing this, let me get up. Drone mode. Let's look at the different angles for takeoff we can do without chase plane. That one could be kind of cool.
Approaching runway 28 left.
Man, I'm so fat. We bent the wheels. Look at that, man. That's not good when you're that fat and you're bending the wheels like that. All right, let's fast forward you up. That's ridiculous. All right, here we go.
Approaching runway 23. On runway 2.
We'll do a couple of shots. We'll do this shot. We'll do one from inside the cabin.
Feet.
And then maybe one from the side. And then that'll be it for takeoff. And like I said, sound doesn't matter right now. We're just going to use the sound from the... I use the sound from the original recording. I'm going to have to screenshot this. Record the whole screen. Since I didn't record it properly. That sucks. Alright, come on, landing gear. Alright, that's been done. Let's pause this. Let's go back a little bit. Alright, and let's go back to the inside. Sound like people are humping in the back, doesn't it? It does, dude. It sounds like people are humping. All right, let's play this now. Let me mute the sound right now. That's annoying. It's not even coming from that. It's coming from Sky Dolly. All right, and then let's go outside and grab one from the outside. Let's see here. See, this would be an okay shot if it was facing behind me. Yeah, let's do this one here. I like this one. All right, let's go back a little bit. Let me turn off stay intentions, by the way. And turn off FS Realistic Pro. All right, play. All right, that's good. Let's speed up a little bit. Let's grab a little bit of footage from the middle. Make sure you hit play, otherwise you're gonna fall out of the sky like we almost did just now. All right, I think, let me go back a little bit where we're closer to California. Yeah, I like to get a couple of shots before we turn. All right, there we go. Can we check the fuel from inside here? Nope, we can't click on that flat. I might not have to replay the whole thing. We might be okay with, oh no, I am gonna have to record the whole thing again as a screenshot. Well, no, maybe not. I can, you know what I think I can do? I can just throw this in, just the highlights. Oh no, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I just put up a Piper video recently, a Piper 24, or was that Pilatus? Now, you know what? I'm rambling. I sound like a fucking old drunken fool right now, just rambling my mouth. Don't worry about what I'm saying. Just disregard like the last 2 minutes of what I rambled about. You don't even know what I'm talking about. I gotta say though, that was a pretty damn good landing. I'm surprised that maybe it was so soft the landing that the feet per minute calculator would not work. I think that landing was so keno that it was so soft it didn't register in their system. That's why we didn't get a value just now. All right, we should be turning any moment. Is that coming from, is that noise coming from FSR? All right, let's just turn the audio off. That's annoying. We'll just turn the music up a little bit. Yeah, we can just leave the sound off the rest of the time. Let me turn off FSR, say intentions. This music reminds me of like a never-ending story. All right, well, we passed Oceanside. We should be turning any moment. Surprised we haven't turned yet. All right, well, that's good enough. Let's get close to landing. Oh, there we go. All right, very good. Now we can speed this closer to the end. Is that after our missed approach? Oh yeah, okay. Let's do our missed approach first. And then we'll do the missed approach from this side, and then on the landing we'll do the other side. At least, you know, with it being so choppy right now, at least I don't have to, when I'm editing it, I don't have to worry about putting in any extra effects or things to zoom it or slow it down. I can just leave it like that, and people will think I just edited the shit out of it. They'll be like, man, look at that. Look at all the effects he put on there. How it's like stopping and starting and zooming in and zooming out. Man, he must be really good at editing videos. Like, yeah, it's great. Just, you know, play Microsoft 2024 and they'll include the effects for free. They will give you the stop and starts and the zooming in automatically. All right, let's jump on the other side. We'll sit out here for a minute and then we'll spin back around. Must be a cell tower out there, or maybe for TV, maybe. Or radio, maybe. All right, let's get our approach this time. Pause it. All right, we'll do one here. One with the gears, maybe. We might do one on the corner of the nose. I think that's like quick view number 3 or 4. This is a sky dolly thing lately, where certain airplanes, it's really choppy like it is now. This is not a frame rate issue. This is not an issue with Microsoft. This is a sky dolly deal. Like you'll watch some of my videos where like with the replay of the landings and the shots that I take sometimes, and you'll see it like stuttering a little bit. Yeah, that's just a sky dolly thing. See, like that. Like, man, look at all them effects Greg's throwing in there, man. He is an effects master. He's so good at putting effects on these videos that he can do it while he's flying. It's true. Just wave my wand, my flick and swish. Come on, bitch. I wonder if it'll give us a reading for landing rate this time around. That is really weird that we didn't get it. Like, that always pops up. Even on the replays, it pops up. Very strange. This is a tough landing, I think, with no lights. And then the way the runway is like hanging kind of off a cliff, like it's very tricky. A little off the center line, but not bad. All right, let's pause this. Let's get our screen set up here. Oh, we have a number one shot. Oh, let's do this shot first. That way we can see the gear come down. All right, let's put this, we're at 1 hour, 16 minutes. Let's put this to 1 hour, 12 minutes and play and see if the gear come up. No, we got to go back a little farther. Not much farther. Okay, here we go. Let's play it from here. You know, let me turn the banner off from Say Intentions. Oh, it is off. Oh, I didn't turn it on. Okay, very good. My bad. I forgot to put the banner on tonight for Say Intentions. I usually have a banner on the top where it'll give you the stats for the flight, how long we have until descent, and destinations and all that. So, sorry about that. I forgot to turn that on tonight. All right, landing gear should be coming down any moment. I'm hoping that we can just grab both of these shots on the same go here. I wish I had chase plane available so I could do a shot from the tower. That's one of my favorite shots, is to do tower view with airplane coming down. All right, landing gear should be coming down any moment. See? All right, that's done. This is the other shot I was talking about. Okay. Let's fast forward a little bit here. All right, we'll do it from here. And this will probably be the last shot. Unless I do one from outside, like orbit kind of view of the plane land, and maybe we'll do one last one like that. See, there's no lights. If there was some sort of light there, that would have been much easier to line up. I guess pilots maybe use the part of the mountain, like maybe where the mountain dips in, or like this ridge right here. You can kind of use that to kind of line up a bit, I guess. Can I open the engine bay from out here? No, I guess we have to be on the ground to do that. I have to look at some pictures for real life. I wonder if this little ridge is right here. This is what was throwing me off the whole time, was this little ridge right here. And how it dips down, it makes it look like the runway is going to be down farther, but it's really not. It's kind of equal with this ridge here. It's very like an optical illusion. Yep. No frame rate, or not frame rate, feet per minute. Oh, look, we have another. Here's the plane that was there last night. There's a 727 sitting right there. That's like the same, that's the exact same plane that was sitting there last night, a 727. We still got the Airbus, or the A330, and now we have a 727 sitting here. Or that's the trifecta, or whatever the hell that plane is called. I know it's not a trifecta. I know that. All right, let's do one of these, I guess. One of these kind of shots. That'd actually make a pretty good thumbnail right there. All right, let's go back a little bit, and then I'm going to end the stream. All right, let's rewind. I should probably get one of these for takeoff as well. Not bad. I'll take that. All right, yeah, let's go back real quick for takeoff. And just grab one real quick for takeoff, and then we'll be done with these replays. I think I had one of these airplanes as a little kid when I was growing up, a big plastic one. I remember wheels like that. And I had a trigger on it, and the trigger would spin the propeller. So I could fly it and use a trigger to pretend I was flying. All right, I think that's good. All right, let's stop the simulator. Let's stop recording on OBS. Let's go ahead and close out Sky Dolly. Done. All right, that's about it, my friends. I'll be back more than likely not tomorrow. I might come back on Thursday. This was kind of fun, actually. I haven't really been wanting to fly after work, but tonight was kind of fun. So I might do that again tomorrow. Not tomorrow, I'm sorry. Maybe Thursday. Friday probably more than Thursday, but maybe Thursday. See how it goes. Make sure you hit like and subscribe before you leave. Tip your bartender, and don't forget about Kick. You can certainly check us out on Kick as well. Kick's an up-and-coming platform that I like using a lot. So, anyways, have a good Wednesday. I will see y'all on the next episode of the No Bullshit Airplane Show. See ya.